My hair looked from the back, Billy.
Here we go. Have you ever had to wait on something that you could never wonder if you're going to get it or not? Thousands of people every day are waiting on organs and tissues. They patiently wait for that phone to ring in hopes that the doctor has actually found a match. So many times patients are told that that organ is available, but to find out later that it wasn't a good match. The process is a never-ending battle. Being an organ donor may have never crossed your mind, but you may be surprised at how many people feel exactly the same way as you do. Here's something to think about. Tomorrow, maybe you or someone that you love may be one of those people waiting by the phone for that phone to ring for that organ transplant. I became interested in this topic when I was 17 years old and attended the National Youth Leadership Forum of Medicine in Houston, Texas, where my platform was organ donation. Organ donation is an ongoing problem that faces many individuals every day. Some are fortunate enough to find a match, while others, they're still waiting. With the help of becoming an organ donor, you can help those patients decrease that number that may never have got a second chance at life. In order to save more lives, we need to educate the community in the need for organ donors in our area and how that you become an organ donor, how your family and you can benefit from your donation. Organ donations are needed all over the world, even right here in our community of Dyersburg, Tennessee. The main problem that we face is the lack of organs and organ donations that are a definite match. According to the Donate Life America, organ donation is the process of transplanting a part of an organ for the purpose of transplantation into another person. So many patients are waiting on the list to receive deceased or living organs. A deceased donor can donate kidneys, pancreas, liver, lungs, heart, and intestinal organs. Living donors can donate a kidney, a portion of a liver, a lung, intestines, or their pancreas. Some common diagnoses that cause organ donation are cardiomyopathy, cirrhosis, COPD, cystic fibrosis, diabetes, hepatitis, and coronary heart disease. According to Donate Life America, statistics show the demand for organ, eye, and tissue donation exceed every day around the world. Every 10 minutes, another name is added to the national waiting list for organ donation. So within the next hour, there's going to be 6 more people that need our help. More than 100,000 men, women, and children currently need life-saving organs. An average of 18 people will die every day while waiting on an organ. Organ donors are not necessarily just here locally, but they are worldwide. The National Health Service and Blood Transplant in the UK states that over 3,000 transplants were carried out over 2,000 donors. In September of 2010, over 17 million people pledged to help others after they die by registering their wishes with the Organ Donor Registry. Waiting for an organ donor can be stressful, and it can encounter you to never know how much longer it's going to wait and have to sit and wait. According to the U.S. government information on organ and tissue, the time a patient is on a waiting list, it could take anywhere from a couple of days to 3 years to find a match. While waiting on a donor, there are several things that the recipient can do to ensure that that they're ready when that call comes from that potential donor. Stay healthy, take all your medication, keep all their scheduled appointments, stay occupied, spend time with their friends and family will help them keep their mind off of it. Make sure that you have that available and adequate transportation when that phone call comes. As you can see, the need for organ donor is overwhelming. Maybe you have considered becoming an organ donor, or may not until today have you ever crossed your mind. Now let's talk about how you can be that possible donor. According to the U.S. government organ and tissue donation, anyone, regardless of their age or medical history, can sign up to be a donor. There is also no cost to the families or the tissue donor. The most important thing to do to become a donor is sign up. Tell your friends, your family, your physicians, register on the back of your driver's license. Tell your faith leader, your pastor, also add it to your advance directives or a living will. To be a successful donor, there are several things that must take place. Blood and oxygen must flow through the organs until the time of recovery to ensure viability. After all other efforts to save a person's life have been executed, tests are performed to confirm the absence of brain or brain death has been declared is a donation a possibility. After the donation decision is established, medical professionals determine which organs can be transplanted and to who the most critical patients can use. According to the United Network for Organ Sharing, a person may benefit from an organ transplant. They are referred from their physician. Once the patient is accepted, their medical profile is added to the national waiting list for the transplant. Patients are matched according to their characteristics, their urgency, and they can take sometimes less than a day, while others may be still waiting for years. Now that you can see this isn't difficult to become an organ donor, let's take a look at what would happen if you donate your organs and what would happen if you did not. Choosing to donate your organs can benefit the recipient and the donor's family. Many times the story concludes with a happy ending, but other times the families find themselves in despair and lose hope, while others are waiting for those viable organs. Here's a few examples. An 11-year-old girl from Richmond was tragically killed in a car accident. Her family donated her organs and several lives were saved. A 51-year-old male patient from Burbank was suffering from congestive heart failure. Excuse me. So what can you do to save a life and decrease the number of deaths awaiting an organ? Start today by talking to your friends and family about that decision. Register with your Tennessee State Donors Registry, designated on your driver's license. Tell your family, friends, pastor, your family physician to add it to your will. Donating your organs can be one of the most important decisions you ever make in life. The greatest gift you could ever give someone is the gift of life. I want to leave you with this thought. Become an organ donor, share your life, share your decision. It's the gift of life.